Hey everyone, so I feel that this is going to be a timeless reading, but it is Friday and I am going to post this later today. I'm hearing the word slip, and it feels like slipping into timelines or slipping into parallel universes or slipping into parallel realities. Like there's this feeling of losing. This is what I'm getting is they're showing me like someone wearing like a button shirt, and then like sometimes ladies, if you have buttons and then it kind of pops so it's like this popping of a button, and it's this feeling of like bound, so if you were a male and that happened to a female that you're attracted to, then that's like this sexual or like this erotic like focus. And so it feels in some ways grounded, right? Like spiritually speaking, then it could be grounded in the sense of like, human desire, worldly desires, stuff like that, right? But when you think about that kind of experience with someone, then it could also be otherworldly. So it's that slipping sensation where it's something that really catches your attention, that's like on a human level very seductive or very enticing, but then it pulls you into these higher realms, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be higher realms in the sense of my example, right? That just makes you go into like a spiritual experience, right? Like a heightened experience or ecstasy is all in the ethers in some way, whether or not you can identify that as like a higher or lower vibration or wherever it is, right? But this in particular, what I'm pointing out, feels like it's that same feeling, because I'm seeing like whales and like the blowhole and it's connected somehow sexually, but maybe it's also this attraction. Like maybe that's just supposed to be symbolic of this deep attraction towards someone or something that pulls you into this other reality, because it feels like a spiritual experience. It feels like this like product of your imagination, because when you're looking at something, then you imagine the possibilities, and that pulls you into, this is what I'm telling you is actually what I'm seeing happening, not the example that was trying to explain the feeling that I'm getting. What happens is you're seeing something that really catches your attention, that's really enticing, really erotic, whatever it is, that pulls you into this imaginative space of what could be or what you desire from what it is that you see. And then from there, it yanks you into essentially this parallel, it's like a shamanic journey. It's like otherworldly. It's like a wormhole and it pulls you into this other altered state of being. And it shows you what is and what could be if you take action. It's like these are the different realities, right? Like these are the different outcomes that are possible for you. You just have to do something about it. But it is laid out for you to explore this if you so choose. And it feels physically at a distance in the sense that you would have to work towards this. This is something you would actually have to commit to in the long run, like long term, or at least an extended period of time, in order to actually reap those rewards. It's not an immediate gratification. Immediate gratification feels like it feels delicious, right? It feels like you could just taste it. And that taste is your imagination. Like that is what's so pleasurable, is to imagine the opportunities, to imagine the possibilities, to actually like be in the ethers, to be inspired by this. And it does feel like it's motivated by someone or something. That's what has catapulted you into the realm of what could be for you. It's like, wow, I really have a chance at this. I really have an opportunity at this. I stuttered at that because it's kind of complicated in the sense that it's not quite like I never thought that I could have this. It's just, you know, like when you see something that gets your attention, you're like, bam, all right, and you think of all these things, but it's like it wasn't on your mind until that happened. And then to know that it's like it's really like if you saw, let's say you're a male, right, and you saw someone that you're attracted to and something just happens that like really excites you, and then you go shoot your shot, right, because you're like, whoa, and you think of like all the things, you know, that could happen, and then you go shoot your shot and you're like, you receive, you know, good feedback, you're like, I didn't even know you existed before now. And like everything just happened very, very fast. It's like a flashbang. Like it just happened so fast. And it just again, it was very spiritual, very, like, the word I'm getting is shamanic, like shamanic and journey. It just opens this window, it like just like that, just like window, just a quick little flash and glimpse into, it's like the inner workings of reality, or inner workings of your near future. Okay. Okay. I'm hearing the word trumpets, and it reminds me of I think it's a Jason Derulo song, Trumpets. I don't have anything to write down on right now. I don't think I have any. Actually, I might have something in here, so I can take a note of this for you. Have to have a little info on here y'all can't see. Okay, so trumpets, and it also might really beat trumpets, but it's this energy that I'm getting of some ancient, see, it goes back to shamans, and I think that's really why I'm seeing it specifically as shamanic journey, not like a psychic journey, intuitive journey, like all of these things. It feels very concrete and written like into your soul's record, and how it's ancient. It's ancient and it's written. It's like it's written on your chart. It's written on like your soul's chart of destined opportunities. It's like that, like tentacles, like that. And so you've come to this crossroads, or it's not a crossroads, it's just like a part on your life, part on your journey. And this opportunity, meeting this person or this instance that pulls you into that, goes like this and shows you all of the opportunities down which avenue you want to take. And it feels very heart-based. It feels very much to do with love. It feels like, and I heard it earlier and I wish I would have said it then because I'm not hearing it exactly right now, but it has to do with like a soul-led life, right? Like a heart-led life, focused on your heart. Focus on, it's a sincere movement towards something that for a lot of you, it has to do with another person that you're attracted to. Or it could be flipped, like this could be indicating this is happening to you by another person, or you have inspired someone through this. It's just because I keep seeing a lot of images that reference that type of attraction, a sexual attraction, that's an internal motivator. I'm also hearing, these are older songs, Like a Star. And I actually have an old video, and I don't know who it's for or what it's about. I don't know if it was a pick a card reading or it was a celebrity reading or what. And I remember specifically channeling Like a Star, and I'm seeing this here too. And it's this feeling like there's this energy that's, I don't know if it's, hold on, let's see a little bit more. Yeah, this is interesting. So I'm not sure whose perspective I'm getting this from. This is either your perspective and this is happening for you. Or it could be I'm blending both energies, or it's someone feeling this way towards you. And because what I'm seeing now is another person who felt that way towards you, and they're putting you on a pedestal. They're showing, it's like they're showing you off, or they're honoring you. It's like if you're in the public eye, right, then they would be like sharing your work. Or if you're it's this feeling like, because the reason why I say that is because it's like this feeling of them helping you, or like helping you in a way that like shows that they care about you, like honoring you, respecting you. I'm not sure how to, it's kind of like, you know, like a tractor or something, you know, with the claws, and you're on the end of the claw, like they're holding you and then they're moving you around, like showing you off. Or if you're like a little figurine and they have you on this little pole and they're going like this and like showing you to everyone, like a show and tell, and everyone's like clapping, like wow, you know, and they're excited. They don't even know you, right? They haven't even met you. They don't know anything about you, but because of this other person who they know and they respect, and whatever their opinions are and all of that, then them doing that means that they respect that person's opinion. So then they're gonna automatically celebrate you, because they're like, wow, you know, you must be a big deal if this person's like shouting you out, or this person's like inspired by you. This person, you know, like who, it's not a feeling of who are you, they just automatically accept you. They automatically pull you in and invite you and care about you. And it's this idea that I'm getting where you feel at some point alone or isolated or separate, or it's like at least separate from them, like two separate worlds, and then but they're bridging that. And it comes as a surprise to you. It comes as a surprise because, you know, it's like just someone who gets shot into superstardom. You know, it's like you don't and this person, or you, right, like you don't expect it to happen, because you're just kind of going about your day and your button pops open. You know, you didn't know it was gonna pop open, and sure enough, you meet your soulmate. It's like that. It's like you didn't expect it to happen. You were just going about your business, and everything just kind of happened serendipitously. And this particular person was so inspired. It's beyond inspiration. It's beyond that. It's like you literally pull them into this portal. It's like you suck them into this wormhole or this portal where they had no choice but to be up there. And they're just like in reverence of you. And I feel like this encounter, this experience, and this of them celebrating you or them putting you on a pedestal somehow liberates you to the point that you feel free to be even more expressive of whatever it is that you're already doing. So it inspires you to be unrefined even more. It's like stretch your boundaries even more. It builds a type of confidence in you where you aren't afraid or you aren't concerned of other people's perception of you or other people's like vision of you, because you finally feel what it's like to be acknowledged or seen or celebrated for who you are, without trying. It's like, again, like let's say American Idol, for example, right? So you're like always going to these different events. You're going to American Idol, you're going to The Voice, you're going to small competitions in your city, you're uploading things to YouTube, like you're trying to be seen, right? You're going to the subway and singing in New York, you know, all these different places. And people are celebrating you, people are honoring you, people are, you know, scouting you and all of this. But then it's like you're in church and you're just singing, and sure enough, like this big deal person is there and recognizes your talent, and it like does something to them that just changes their whole life. And from there, they just willingly do everything they can to show you off, you know, and tell people about you. And that is so unexpected that it feels very sincere. And you feels like you feel honored, mutually honored, that they saw that in you without you putting yourself out on display. And I see this as I can see how that links up with the beginning, where I was talking about how you're on this journey as well, and it's this thing that seems in the distance and working towards. I can see that too, because as you cross that threshold into a more unrefined space, that is you really living in this more truest form of you, this true identity of you. It feels very childlike, right? Where it's really shedding the expectations of society or of other people, or of whatever kind of craft or whatever it is that you're doing, right? It's you kind of doing your own thing. And in those moments of creating, you're forgetting and forgetting and forgetting. And by forgetting, what I mean is, again, forgetting expectation, forgetting all of the different levels of like obedience that we have, that we've learned, right? And the conditioning that we've learned from our parents or from school, and all of this that's been placed on us. It's a lot of this that's just being pulled out of you, and being what's filling that space, that mind, is just you existing in creating. It's you existing in this artistic fashion, and it's you just embodying you're embodying your truest expression. Like, you know those people, and they're outwardly very attractive, but it's sometimes so hard to focus on what they look like as a person because their energy is so strong. It's like that. Like, you are becoming that, or you have already been that, but because you are less kind of like fitting in, right? You're less demure, I guess. You see what I'm saying? The more that you allow it's like they're just showing me like a person, and then there's like little holes, you know, all their little cells. And it's like the more that you kind of refine yourself into this world of like whatever's acceptable or whatever you think, you know, whatever, the more refined you are, it kind of just becomes skin. But then the more you're of your spirit, the more those holes open up, and it's just light. It's radiating. And so it's hard for people to focus on you as a person. They just see you as a spirit, you as your energy. We have the 5 of Cups, and what I'm seeing here is like, this is salt. That's salt. And salt, like tears, crying. And what you're not seeing is as growing opportunities, as growing possibilities. So all of the times that you've ever grieved, all of the times that you've ever been frustrated, all the times that you've ever taken that and used it as motivation, fuel for what it is that you crave, what it is that you desire, what it is that you want to create, what it is that you feel you are, and what you are not, you try and, distance yourself from, shed from you, is creating, it's like Epsom salt. It's creating nutrients for the soil, all the seeds that are going to be planted. It's creating health, like future wellness. Your healing that you've undergone is creating basically, you earned it. You earned this. You worked for this. Spiritually, you've been working on this to get to this point. Okay. One last. Actually, I know which one. Two last, and then I'll go get my other card. Okay. And then 1 second. Okay. 3 last, 4 last, 5. I'm gonna do 5 last, 6 last. Okay, only 6. Okay. So the first one that I pulled was a manifest success. Obviously, that's what I see. That's exactly what we're talking about here. You're headed towards an opportunity at having the future that you, at your core, truly desire. And considering the situations that I was seeing, what it feels like is that through your focused intention of healing yourself, working on yourself, doing what it is that you are passionate about, has primed you for an opportunity to come in that is serendipitous. It's fated. It's out of your control in the sense that it's out of your focus. You have been going to American Idol, The Voice, all of these different places to essentially work on your craft. You're getting experience talking to people, you're getting experience getting rejected, you're getting experience practicing your skills. These are all things that have primed you for the opportunity that you're about to receive. And it's also giving you an opportunity to appreciate it in its fullness in a way that maybe you wouldn't have been able to experience it had you not gone through those other trials previously. Not only that, but you wouldn't recognize it as clearly as you would had you not experienced that. Because the example that I gave you is this person, this big time person who finds you, is someone that you wouldn't have recognized the caliber of which they are and expertise in this particular situation if you had not bumped elbows with the other ones prior to this. So there's a respect value too towards this opportunity, person, whatever it is, that you wouldn't have been able to really bathe in, really understand, really feel, if not. Okay. Positive outcome. At this very moment, you are sowing the seeds of your future through your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes. Whether through love, fear, or indifference, you are always creating something. So remember to keep your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes positive, and you will create a positive outcome. They're saying don't get discouraged. If you have, don't lose hope, and continue to understand and believe that if it's supposed to happen, then it will. And sometimes understand, who are we to really know? It's kind of this feeling of like, who are we to really know what we want? And so pursue what it is that you feel is right anyway, and accept what it is that comes out of it. Like, have that honest look at it, but also don't lose hope in what it is that you believe in. And with this, you will see that how it unfolds to kind of showcases that. It's like, just as we don't really, I hope I'm saying that clear enough, because it feels like, spiritually speaking, right? Like, kind of like when we see the whole thing about like manifesting and all that, it's like control, control, control. Or like witchcraft and all that. It's like trying to control something that we may not fully see the full picture of. And so it's not wrong to want something. It's not wrong to work towards something. But you have to be flexible, and you have to be realistic, and you have to be honest, or have some integrity behind your actions, right? And you'll see in this opportunity, you'll see in this what happens, how that is relevant, how that makes sense, I guess. It says, you may not be aware of it, but a tapestry full of positive outcomes and spiritual blessings now permeates your aura. The gray clouds have lifted, replaced by soft radiant light. The past will soon be behind you. Let it go and embrace the positive times ahead. That was strange, but very beautiful. That's like the same thing. Okay. Then we have opportunity. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities await you. Stop dwelling on past mistakes. Surrender the past lovingly. There is nothing to regret. All is always in perfect and divine order. Everything that you've ever experienced has helped you in some way. The past is behind you. The path ahead is clear. Move forward joyfully and fulfill your heart's desire. Tune in to the subtle and divine forces within me, and you shall sense the subtle and divine force within yourself and all living things. Over the coming days, there is a heightened sense of spiritual connection with Isis, goddess of motherhood, magic, and fertility. A beautiful, inspired idea floats through pathways of light, waiting for the right moment to enter your mind and heart. This wonderful idea that stems from your soul will grow and blossom if you nurture it. Keep it safe within your inner world until it is ready to manifest in your outer world. A period of great fulfillment and accomplishment follows. So, all good things. I really encourage you to look at the 2 songs that I will link below, but especially Like a Star, because I'm hearing that again very loudly in my head. I guess I feel you're destined for some type of stardom, however that's relevant for you. You're destined for that, and it's coming through very clearly. Stop, don't leave. One moment. It's okay. I'm trying to focus on this energy. Okay. Another song, a third song coming through. There's a message, and I'm going to read this to you because this is about someone who has crossed over, and it's a message that they want you to be aware of how you, okay, go back to a card. Which card is it? Where is it? I don't even know. Okay. So they want you to be aware. It says, you may not be aware of it yet, but a tapestry full of positive outcomes and spiritual blessings now permeates your aura. The gray clouds have lifted, replaced by soft, radiant light. The past will soon be behind you. Let it go and embrace the positive times ahead. So the darkness that was carried with you for some time, it does feel, like gray clouds, it feels light, like this light, dirty type of aura, like this type of feeling, heaviness, but it's not that heavy. It's just this kind of low energy. It would be kind of like crying, but not bawling. Like it's like a light crying. It's like this feeling like that. It's like that's going to no longer be part of your reality. Or if it hasn't been for a while, then they're indicating that this is something that you don't have to fear, or you don't have to something about leaving that behind. And to be aware of how your light is, it's like how your light is wisdom. Like how your light, which is your energy, is essentially like a language signature. It's like your energy, it's a signature, right? That you're transmuting out into the world. And it's creating this unique signature strictly for you. So all of that darkness, don't identify yourself with, like, don't carry that forward anymore. Do like an energy cleansing, right? Whether you intentionally do some sort of practice to do that, like yoga practice or whatever kind of meditation, or you just simply, which is essentially the same thing in my eyes, is say like, no longer going to do that anymore, and just hold yourself accountable for that. Don't allow that to be part of yourself. Like push it out of your energy, and allow your signature to be more of the light. Allowing that to happen, they're pointing out, they're highlighting it's like the wisdom of eternity, or the wisdom of the universe is like implanted into the present moment, the present day, the present signature, just like when they're showing like the past. So they're showing past, like our ancestors, right? And how the ancestors left their own energetic signature. They left an imprint when they lived, right? So if you think of like ancient burial sites or anything where it has a lot of energy there, be intentional or be aware of that energy. And they're highlighting the word wisdom. So it's like how you perceive your experiences can be your wisdom, and what you leave as your signature now as a higher light being is essentially going to be you, since you will eventually be an ancestor, is the wisdom that you leave. They're showing like kind of like carving into a tree, like it's that feeling like you're leaving a legacy, you're leaving an imprint, right? And they're also showing me caves and like leaving, relics for the future. And there are energies that are trying to distract, deter, or just like be around. I don't know, there's like darker energies that are trying to kind of block your path, but they're not doing a very good job at it because you're so much more evolved than you had been previously that you aren't going to let these obstacles get in your way. You could very easily give them attention if you wanted to, but they're pointing out, they meaning there's a passed away loved one that's pointing this out and saying those challenges or temptations or darker energies are not as tempting to you as they could have been prior. You're much stronger than that now. You're much more aware now, and you are much, it's like you just have a focus now. You have a reason now. So that's not going to be a problem in the way that it has been or could have been in the past. So don't give it energy or attention or power that it doesn't have over you anymore, or ever really did. But I think in the past, it kind of tripped you up from time to time. Now, they're just kind of there to see if you will willingly tempt yourself off course by your own omission, by your own free will. You would have to do that. They're not going to block your way, and you have to fight away from it. It's like, we're here, what do you want to do about it, kind of thing. So pay it no mind. Then we have oneness. It says, someone you dearly miss is forever present in your heart. Remember, dearest one, that even though there is a physical parting, spiritually those we love never leave us. Creation is eternal. Nothing is ever truly missing, for all is interconnected and ultimately one. And this could be someone you're at a physical distance from that you are no longer in contact with, or and that's their higher self, or this is someone who has crossed over. That's what I see for you guys, okay? Don't play the chess game with those that tempt you. Just keep going on your path, and it seems like some really amazing things are on its way to you, just they're knocking at your door and your doorstep. They're stomping at your doorstep. They're knocking at your door. Bye.